What are the cons of not having kids? Nobody will ever be as impressed with you as your own 4-year-old. I made rolls that didn't rise once, and she ate 3. I am a biology major, and I can tell her very basic things about sharks or birds and blow her mind. I taught her how to play Mario Kart, and she congratulates me on doing well every time we play, even if I did an objectively poor job. She tells me good job for going to the bathroom. I'll never have this kind of support again in my life. Every day when we get home from school, I give my son a snack, and he says, "It's great to have a dad like you." Little man, I am literally handing you a bag of sour cream and cheddar chips, but thank you. You don't have the same perception of time. When I run into a friend and his kids have aged 10 years, you realize how old you are. The days are long, but the years are short. It's hard to explain. The special moments with kids. Something so mundane can happen that just grabs your heart and makes you wish harder than you've ever wished for anything before, that you could freeze time and just stay in that moment with your child forever. Like the other day. My 17-year-old son can be your typical crunchy teen, and sometimes he's such a tough nut to crack. You know, it's pretty common to think teens don't care about anyone. But I've just learned recently that I'm sick, and just like everything, it's hard to know how he feels. I was taking a nap the other day and I woke up to him hugging me. He must have been checking on me and saw me sleeping and just wanted to hug me for some reason. It was like he was little again. Those are the moments. My girlfriend has kids that I've known for a while before we started dating, so we have a pretty cool relationship. My mom was fostering a dog for about a year, and my girlfriend decided to adopt her, and finally brought her home today, and the kids went absolutely mental. Her daughters have my phone number, mostly for emergencies, but today my phone was flooded with pictures of the girls and the dog cuddling and messages thanking me for getting them a dog and about 1,000,000 "I love you" texts. I normally hate when my phone goes off because I don't particularly like talking on the phone or texting. Today was different, and damn near made me cry about a dozen times. Best day in a long while, and I plan on having one of the pictures framed and kept in my office to look at when I'm having a crappy day at work. I've never wanted kids, but these girls make me want to be a better man, as absolutely fucking cheesy as that sounds. If you are an introvert, you can make new lasting friends from parent groups because you have a lot of child play date activities. It's not something that should be looked down on, because even quiet autistic fathers get to socialize with the pretext of attending children's events along with their wife. I chose not to have kids, and honestly I'd say this is the biggest con to me. Making friends as an adult without kids is nearly impossible. You don't meet people through school functions, etc. Plus, the people you do meet usually have kids, and so schedules do not line up. You don't have as much in common. People you like with kids are often very busy, understandably, of course, and are much harder to make plans with. For me, I have the most fun with my kid. Literally, they're just the coolest hangout buddy. Want to go to a science museum and fart in the sand table? Hell yes. Want to watch animals do dumb shit on YouTube for an hour? Don't have to ask me twice. Want to make popcorn at 9 a.m? Why the hell not? We have dumb inside jokes, scream, sing to music, do experiments like make a cake using the recipe from Minecraft. It's not good, watch Star Trek, look at ants, have pun battles, you name it. It's just so fun. This is why I work in elementary school. I just love doing silly kid stuff. I have secret handshakes, they call me silly names, we do directed drawings together, play make-believe, have inside jokes, the whole shebang. It makes me excited for when I have my own kids and get to be goofy with them. Some of my best memories are sitting with my mom and grandmother and sisters around a table, just talking and working crossword puzzles together. There's a closeness there that can't really be replicated, even with your best friends, a lifetime of memories. I'll never have that with my adult children, because I don't have any. I don't regret not having kids, but those times around the table are gone forever now. You can lose friends. As you get older, your friends who aren't child-free will start getting married and having kids. They'll still love you, they'll still like you, they'll still try to keep in touch, but their life will be very different from yours. Their priorities will change, and you will inevitably be bumped down the list. You could start resenting them for not being present for you like they used to be. They could start drifting from you because they feel you don't understand their life and struggles anymore. Now, I'm not saying a friendship can't survive a difference that big, but a lot of them don't. And to be clear, you shouldn't have kids just to keep friends. It's possible to make new friends. It's also possible to renew old friendships once the kids get older and your friends are more willing to be away from them. It's just hard those first few years when their life has changed so much and yours has not. Potential loneliness when older. Less obvious who to pass assets onto after death. The upside is whoever decides to be closest to me during my lifetime will get a very delightful surprise when I pass. Had an older neighbor. She never married. Never had children. She was the last of her family. When she passed away, she left everything to her physical therapist. The older neighbor had fallen and broken her hip. She was bedridden for months. Her physical therapist was the closest person she had and knew when her health had suddenly declined from the bad fall. It kind of surprised a lot of us. The absolute best feeling in my life as a mom is when my 19-year-old son, who had moved out, comes home with half a dozen of his friends and they raid my kitchen and pull out Monopoly, or Risk and just relax like teenagers, taking a break from adulthood for a minute. I will cook a big meal and they'll stay for hours. It's pure bliss. I couldn't imagine life without moments like that. You'll be missing out on a special kind of love, joy, and pride without them. But it's a responsibility that isn't for everyone. So if you have any reservations about becoming a parent, go with your gut feeling. You will find fulfillment in your life in other ways. Really nicely worded. One example: life was great and fulfilling before kids. But recently I had a bad day and my daughter offered to read my younger son bedtime books so I could rest. It's so sweet to experience that special kind of love. Certainly nothing was missing in my life before kids, but I'm really glad I had kids. In my experience, it's lonely. A lot of people assume if you don't have kids, you don't like them, don't want anything to do with them, and know nothing about them. I was the oldest of many kids and helped raise them. I understand what kids are like. I can entertain them and like to play games with them. I can feed and change babies. I can rock them to sleep. I understand they're likely to destroy things and make messes, whether intentionally or not. I have a box of toys and bubbles at my house in case of small visitors. I get that I will never understand what it's like to have a child, but I like to think I'm pretty accommodating. And yet many friends distance themselves because they don't want to bring their children to my house in fear of them wrecking it. Note, I'm not a fancy person and don't care anyway, and don't want me to see theirs because it's wrecked. They don't want to go out because it will be too stressful. When we finally do get together, I listen to their stories, but rarely get asked about my life because they're so consumed with parenting that's all they can focus on. It's hard to watch those friendships slip away, despite my best efforts. Your bloodline dies, which for some people may not be a bad idea. I've thought about this sometimes and there's a part of me, a part that is probably instinctive and biological, that is like, OMG, if I die out, that's so horrible. And then there's another part of me that's like, some of my genetics are really shit. Is it truly any great loss? Maybe what matters more is setting a good example, passing along my values where I can, helping out where I can, and I can do that whether or not I have kids. I mean, there's no guarantee that if I had kids, they turn out believing in what I wanted them to believe in anyway. They might just end up neurotic like me, but with a completely different worldview, one that I'm fighting them on. Can't do dad jokes or make the sounds only dads make. As an older parent, I think my brain had become less malleable. Kids have been good for me because I've had to relearn how to be patient and break some of my bad habits. I don't think everyone should have kids. It's perfectly valid to not want to. That being said, I have never experienced a love like I have for my children. It's like nothing else. It also feels like a purpose in life that matters. But those are necessarily cons of not having kids, just experiences some people opt out of. I love my kids more than anything, would trade them for the world, but I fucking hate the assumption that you should have kids, just 'cause you should have kids. Holidays aren't as special without kids. They're fine without kids, but with kids, holidays are events. They do bring a special excitement to every family event. My daughter couldn't sleep tonight because she was so excited for her grandfather's birthday party tomorrow. If you want kids, then not having kids is the con. I can't think of anything else. I have no kids and my parents constantly ask me to do stuff for them. Whenever I ask why my older brother doesn't get asked to do these tasks, the response is along the lines of, well, he's got kids so he's busy. What are the cons of not having kids? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.